Would you like to hear a story on how to become a millionaire in less than 48 hours simply by going to a Joe Dispenza retreat? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be sharing here on this video. What's up, guys? My name is Nico or Rapclist. I'm really excited to share this with you because this aligns so much with our mission here on this YouTube channel to helping 20,000 people become magnetic manifestors. So if you would like to be on this mission with us in the next 90 days, we're pushing out 90 videos in 90 days of quality content that can help you become a magnetic manifestor, and you can be part of our community that we have on Skool and just really helping the collective become the best version of themselves so that they can manifest what they truly desire into their life. So again, if you're down with that, subscribe. I'll also tell you a little bit more about our community later in this video. Now, you're probably wondering, what the heck is this super hypey title about how to become a millionaire in less than 48 hours, right? I get it. When I heard it, it sounded super hypey to me, but that's why I wanted to share this video and illustrate why this actually happened. Because again, at Joe Dispenza events, at Joe Dispenza retreats, at Joe Dispenza books, his meditations, what does he always say? Change your energy, change your life. Change your energy, change your life. If you change your energy, you can bring so much wealth and abundance into your life if you simply just change your energy on a consistent, frequent basis. And I have a really cool metaphor on how changing your energy is simply like memorizing a song. So I'm going to explain what that really is. And if you don't do that, you're really just lowering your chances of actually bringing in that life that you truly desire. So I'll explain how to actually properly, memorize this song so that you can pull that life in. So let's dive into this story. Where does this come from? Well, I have a mentor. His name is Julian. I hired him to be my coach for, it was about a 4-month period, right? And what he did with me always is he was helping me shift my energy. In that season of my life, I drastically needed a shift in my energy. And so that's what I dove into, and I hired him as a coach. I had a conversation with him, for 45 minutes. I'm like, let's do it. It's go time. So that's exactly what we did. And so for the first about 6 weeks, we just constantly were working on my energy, right? It was at a time when I actually went to Tulum, and we started that process when I was out there. So it was a great time to start that journey. Now, after the 6 weeks, he dropped this little story on me, which blew my mind, right? And again, it sounds hypey at the beginning. Becomes a millionaire in less than 48 hours. But let's draw this out. So Julian was introduced to this guy by his brother, who met this guy at a Joe Dispenza retreat, right? And this guy, he has a marketing agency, right? And he's working, he's doing his thing, but he's basically living paycheck to paycheck. He has some big clients, but things are just not moving and shaking like he wants them to. He gets kind of coerced into going to this Joe Dispenza retreat, a week-long retreat. He doesn't really want to go, but he just did it just begrudgingly. So he goes there for day 1. He's like, I'm not into this stuff. Day 2, still not into this stuff. Day 3, meditating all day. That's ultimately what you do at a Joe Dispenza retreat. He's not into it. But then it's like day 3, and something just kind of shifts. His energy, right? His energy shifts a little bit, and he starts conceptually understanding this stuff. He starts knowing this stuff. It's not about like learning this stuff. It's about embodying and knowing this stuff. That's what happens when you truly shift your energy, right? So he starts shifting his energy, starts embodying this. He starts, emulating this, and he starts understanding this stuff at a deep core level. And he's like, wow, it really is about shifting your energy. And so he dives deep. Day 4, day 5. He's diving deep into this meditation practice and shifting your energy. And his energy is literally shifting in real time at this event, right? So he finishes up the retreat. What happens next? He goes back home. He goes back to his marketing agency that was basically paycheck to paycheck, okay? But he realizes how powerful it is to shift your energy, and his energy has been shifted. And so because his frequency is at a higher level, he naturally can magnetize more abundance into his life because his energy is higher. Higher energy is where higher abundance is, okay? So he's already on that plane. He just has to let go and surrender and allow that to come in. So what happens next? Well, interestingly enough, as mentioned, he has a few big clients, but it was barely paying the bills, right? But what happens? So a couple of these big clients, they realize taxes are coming up. Tax season is coming up. And they're making all this money, and they realize that they have to offload some money for tax reasons, for tax purposes, in order to make sure that their business stays in the direction that they want to. So what ends up happening, one of these clients, because of this whole tax situation, they decided to offload over $500,000, and they chose to give it to this guy, right? Just a gift, essentially. Boom. Here is over $500,000. And he's like, what the heck? Right? So what happens next? Well, actually within that same day, another one of his clients, since it is tax season and this is a common thread, right? Another client does literally the same thing. So in less than 48 hours, he became a millionaire. He acquired over $1 million in less than 48 hours. Simply by shifting his energy, simply just by shifting his energy. He didn't do anything. He didn't go and ask for money. Literally nothing else changed besides him going to this retreat and shifting his energy. That's all he did, right? And he acquired all this money. Now here's the really wild thing, because this is what I didn't share about Julian. And when he was meeting up with this guy, his brother introduced him to him online or via text and said, you got to meet up with this guy. You got to hear this story, right? But what ended up happening is when Julian sent this guy a message and said, hey, I heard you're going to be in town. I would love to connect, go grab a smoothie or something. When Julian hits this guy up, he's like, hey man, I would love to meet up. That sounds great. Can't really talk right now. I'm with Rogan, Aubrey Marcus, a couple other guys doing ayahuasca, and that's the vibe he's on. That's the people he's hanging around with, right? And so this is fast forward, months after he had, acquired all this money. So obviously it wasn't just that he got this money. It was that his life continued to move in the trajectory of much more abundance, right? $1 million is nothing. But what did he do that actually continued to make sure that his energy kept on flowing? What transpired after he got this $1 million? Well, he understood this concept, and I think this is such a powerful piece, and it's something that I'm truly doing my best to embody more and more all the time, is that when you receive this abundance, when you receive this energy, it's not about like holding on to it, right? Even look at my body when I say like holding on, right? The physical manifestation of holding on. Look how tight and tense that looks, right? It just immediately went there. But no, that's not what it's about. You keep the energy flowing. The way that you keep the energy flowing is how you consistently continue to raise your energy. If you get this stuckness of energy, that's where things are going to get tight, and that's where everything's going to constrict. And you're disrupting the energetic flow, the giving and receiving. The giving and receiving. That's energy. Just think about it like a river. It's flowing. It's flowing. It's flowing. It's not flowing and then hits a river dam, right? That's not how it works. It keeps on flowing. So with that understanding, essentially what this guy did is that instead of holding on to this money, he gave probably about a third of it away. A third of it away he gave. And just said, I got to keep this energy flowing. Money is simply energy. I want to keep the energy flowing. So he gave about a third of the money away. And because of that, he started just embodying that even more. And because of that, he started attracting in even more abundance, even more amazing people that would help him continue to progress in the direction of the life that he truly desired. So that is the story that I got firsthand on how this guy became a millionaire in less than 48 hours. And again, most importantly, rather than just making a bunch of money and getting a bunch of money, he continued that trajectory of raising his energy, raising his frequency, so that he can continue to become the best version of himself and continue to pull in all his desires, right? So what do we learn from this? One, it's about shifting your energy. Change your energy, change your life. That's what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about all the time. I've read his books. I've listened to his meditations. I've talked a lot about, how they've shifted my life, on how I landed my dream job, 3x my income. Then I had a 10K month from there. Then I had a 20K month from there. and it just continued to go on and on. Now, if you have not watched those videos yet, I strongly recommend that you do. I'll put the links down in the video description, or there's probably a button right at the top of this corner. So that's one of the biggest takeaways. You change your energy, you change your life. There's a scale of consciousness, right? And so fear, lack, scarcity is down at the bottom. And if you're in those, it's really tough to get up towards the top layers of abundance. But once you shift your energy, it's like, boom, you're already up here. And then it's just more abundance is up here. And then because of that, you're magnetized to it. You magnetically draw that in. You magnetically manifest that in. And so that's a key component to actually attracting abundance in. But we always talk about the woo and do formula, okay? It's amazing to go to Joe Dispenza events and shift your energy. That's how you're gonna quickly do it, because you get around other people. You're part of a collective that are shifting their energy. And it is so much more powerful when everyone comes together and shifts the energy, because everyone's a part of it. It's basically like this big energetic shift, as opposed to just trying to shift it by a single person, right? And that's what's so powerful about our magnetic manifesting school community, is we're constantly, every single week, doing live broadcasts, answering your questions and shifting our energy. We do a lot of energetic work in there so that we all can shift our energy and feel more abundance in there, and change our lives so that we can create more abundance. And that's the power of getting around the right types of people that are on that similar frequency and that similar vibe. So if you want to join our school community, there's a link down in the video description. Or you can also watch a video that's down there that talks about how you can actually turn yourself into a magnetic manifester. It'll be the first pinned comment as well. Now, what is the second takeaway that we're taking from this story, and what Joe Dispenza talks about all the time, is that it's not about hoarding that energy. It's not about grabbing that energy, pulling that in, experiencing that abundance, and then just holding on to it, right? That's the last thing you want to do. When you receive abundance, you give abundance. Receive, give. Receive, give. That's the energetic flow. And you continue to keep that flowing, more abundance is going to come in. The moment you hold on tight, that's when you constrict the flow. That's when you constrict the flow. So keep it flowing. Keep it flowing. And you're going to continue to elevate and continue to bring in more abundance, more wealth, more happiness, more fulfillment. The more that you keep it flowing, that is life. Keep it flowing. So that's the gist of this video. That's the story that I want to share on how this guy became a millionaire in less than 48 hours by going to a Joe Dispenza retreat. I strongly recommend that you dive into Joe Dispenza's work if you have not already. It's absolutely changed my life. Again, if you want to see the different videos that I've made, I'll put a playlist down below. You can click on that. And as I mentioned, we have this school community where we go live every single week, where you can actually shift your energy in an online community. We have hundreds of people in there, soon to be thousands. Eventually we'll start charging for this group, but it is a free group at this current point. And in addition, what we also offer inside of this community is a tool that can help you, what I call, memorize your song. So it's about memorizing that energy and staying in that energy on a consistent basis. The reason that the Joe Dispenza events work so well is because you're absolutely immersed in that energy for a week long, right? Imagine if you had a tool that could put you in that energy every single time, and you could just listen to that song and, quote unquote, memorize that song. Because shifting your energy is, quote unquote, memorizing that song. But how would you memorize a song? Would you just, do it 5 minutes a day? Or would you just get immersed in it, like going to a Joe Dispenza retreat? And so what we've created is something called Vision Espresso. It's actually a future audio from your future self, as if everything has already happened, and it's in your voice, and there's all sorts of different like ninja things, and the process of creating it helps you really clarify and shift your energy in that sense as well. And that's what we offer inside of our school community. It's such a powerful tool. So many people love it. We've got hundreds of people that have come through, people that have shifted their energy and gone from a 7-figure business owner to a mid 8-figure business owner, people that have 5x their business in the first 30 days. We've had people that manifest their dream penthouse apartment. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I strongly recommend that you check out the school community. You can check out all about it on this video that explains everything on how you truly can be a magnetic manifester. So thank you for watching this video. Appreciate you guys. Make sure and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.